Hi everyone, and welcome back to another unboxing video with fragrances, obviously. And my name is Emilia, if you're new to my channel, and we're all about fragrances. Today we will be reviewing again some new scents, except one, and I'm going to tell you in a bit why. And also the channel is about beauty, how to take care of ourselves, makeup and so on. If this is your niche, this is something that you like to watch videos about, don't forget to stay tuned. And also don't forget to subscribe or click on the notification bell so you can stay up to date with regards to my newest uploads on my channel. So I'm going to start with the cheapest fragrance from the purchases that I had. And this is from Oriflame, the Swedish Experience collection with Wild Hearts. I prefer this over the other fragrance that they are having. And I'm going to show you also here the fragrance, how it looks like. For me, this is a repurchase. I've been using this since last summer, so 2021 summer, because that's when the fragrance was launched. And this has rosemary in it. It's very fresh. It has, because even the name of the fragrance is Wild Hearts, so it has a lot to do with connecting with the nature. It's very aquatic, it's very fresh. We have also rosemary in it. And initially when the fragrance was launched, many thought that this was designated just for men. However, later on, women discovered that no, it's not the case. It's unisex. It can be worn both by men and women. It's super aquatic, something that I really enjoy wearing somewhere in the beginning of spring towards summer. And this has in the top notes rosemary, in the middle we have florals, and in the base or at the bottom we have myrrh and musk. And basically here we embraced the freedom of a wild wind touching your heart, basically. It has some unexpected elements such as the wild rosemary, which brings this watery, this mineral aspects of the fragrance. And then you have the feminine, musky florals, with a bit of licorice notes as well, from the sweet Sicily. And basically, it's absolute joy to wear this fragrance. The other thing that really made me go back and buy this fragrance again was the fact that it's recyclable, basically the bottle. And it's the first fragrance that Oriflame came up with that can be refilled. So you can dispense them, for example, at your local recycling units, if you have such. And the other option is to simply refill with the samples that they are selling. You can purchase them for a few cents, like 25 cents per sample or 30 cents now, and refill them as needed. Then I have another fragrance here that I was like hesitant to buy it because of the powdery notes, and that is Dolce and Gabbana for Femme. I went actually for the 100 milliliter version purely after reading a lot about it. So if you want to know how this fragrance smells, it basically smells like pink marshmallow with the powdery, sugary coat that it has. I would say it's the most realistic pink marshmallow scent that you can ever find. It's very feminine, super long lasting as well. And you have the sweetness of the raspberry and vanilla. So you have this powdery gourmand scent. It is considered, a fragrance that is worth to be worn as a signature scent. So for me, in the end, after reading a lot about this fragrance, was like, all right, let's don't hesitate and just buy it and add it to the collection. And yes, it's indeed marshmallowy, very feminine fragrance. It kind of like reminds me of my childhood when I was simply just opening the marshmallow bags and, you know, that nice sweet vanilla sugary marshmallow scent that came out from the bag. So this is what I smell here as well. And usually the Dolce & Gabbana fragrances that I have in my collection so far, they haven't let me down with regards to sillage, longevity. They are really, really good. Hands down, I really love this brand. Um, you know, initially I was disappointed with fragrances because I purchased fragrances that were not so suitable for me, or simply the longevity was an issue, but that's not the case with the Dolce & Gabbana fragrances. Now, with regards to the fragrance pyramid, this opens up with raspberry, neroli, and mandarin orange. In the middle notes, we will have jasmine with orange blossom, and in the end, in the base notes, we remain with heliotrope, sandalwood, vanilla, and marshmallow. Even the bottle, I like it. I mean, it's very minimalistic, but at the same time, it gives me kind of like a vintagey vibe because of the color of the liquid, of the fragrance. So I really treasure this fragrance for now. We see after how it performs as well. Now, the other two fragrances that I have, they are from the same fragrance house, and I will try to do a comparison later on once I got to know these fragrances. And literally, these fragrances have been on my mind for a long, long time. And I know that it's a fragrance house that it's very polarizing. So this fragrance house comes out with fragrances that you either hate or either you love them. So one of them is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. Yes. So I managed to find this fragrance in an outlet store online, and I paid for 50 milliliters the amount of 69 euros. And this fragrance, it's a very deep fragrance. I mean, it's very heavy on spices. So it has main accords of warm, spicy, earthy, woody, sweet, ambery. We have patchouli, we have chocolate, floral, fruity, and balsamic. And as a fragrance, this was launched in 2006, and it was created by David Apple and Pia Negrin. And we have here some very interesting notes, and I have some of them that I would say they are unique in my collections because I don't have any fragrances that they have these notes. So one of them being the truffles that you get straight in the opening. Then we have Gardenia, black currant, Ylang-Ylang, jasmine, bergamot, mandarin orange, and Amalfi lemon. So it's a combination of a lot of things, a lot of scents. The middle, we have orchid, spices, gardenia, fruity notes, again, Ylang-Ylang, jasmine, and lotus. And the base notes would be the Mexican chocolate, patchouli, vanille, incense, amber, sandalwood, vetiver, and white musk. And I think the reason why this fragrance is so polarizing is because of these combinations of weird notes with the sweet ones, with the florals. And I assume one of the most, let's say, off-putting note might be the ants combined with the incense, with the patchouli and vetiver. And maybe at some point, all this, it might be like too much, too heavy. But in the base, you have this Mexican chocolate. So again, this has been named as, you know, a classic dark fragrance. So you have to be, you know, liking these fragrances to be able to wear them. And usually Tom Ford fragrances are, you know, very unique. So you have to be that kind of person that you can pull up and wear this fragrance. Otherwise, the fragrance will wear you. And they also have limited editions, so you have to be keeping that in mind. It's considered a luxurious fragrance as well as sensual fragrance. It's very rich, very dark, um, you know, and it's not your ordinary orchid that you might be accustomed to. It's unique, it's rare, a little bit, I would say more than what we are used to. And you have the 50 milliliter versions, but this fragrance is available also in 100 milliliters, which can be found at around 135 euros. In Cyprus, you will find them at around 180 euros at retail store. If you're lucky enough to find in outlet stores, you might find it at around 100 euros, 98 euros, around that. And then the limited edition of 5,050 milliliter bottles of perfume, these were sold around $600, as I know, and the distribution is limited. So, I'm really, really happy that I managed to put my hands on, because when I went to the retail stores here, I couldn't find this fragrance. And when I saw it online on one of my outlet shops that I'm shopping from here in Cyprus, I was super, super excited. And for me, this is the fragrance that I see myself wearing with black suit, casual, doing business. That's it. I mean, I wouldn't wear it for going out with my girls for a coffee. No way. It's way much more this, and it's respect. And the other one, which is, let's say, lighter version or easier to digest version, it's Tom Ford Velvet Orchid. This I managed to find the 100 milliliter version, and I said I will start with this rather than with the black one, but I found the black one also at an amazing price, as mentioned, and not in retail. So I said, why not buy both of them at the same time? And this is the 100 milliliter. Now, this is more easy to, be more friendly with this, basically because it's more floral, it's more sweet, it has powdery, amber, woody, vanilla, honey, balsamic, rum, warm, spicy accords. And it's considered to be an amber floral fragrance for women, which was launched in 2014. And we have here a collaborations of a few perfumeries, such as Diane Vasnier, Calice Becker, Siamala Maison Dieu, and Antoine Maison Dieu. So here we have in the opening, so it's much lighter compared to that. That one is very deep. This is not. It's more flowery. It's more feminine, I would say. Top notes here would be honey, rum, mandarin orange, and bergamot. Middle notes would be black orchid, jasmine, heliotrope, hyacinth, rose oil, narcissus, magnolia, and orange blossom. And the base notes are vanilla, myrrh, suede, sandalwood, Peru balsam, and labdanum. So the new version basically of Velvet Orchid, it was launched in 2014. And again, this carries the legacy of bold and glamorous floral signatures that promises a unique character, atmosphere, and experience of the scent. I mean, just the notes that it has, I mean, it's too much. It's a lot. I mean, I don't know too many fragrance houses that they include so many notes in it, in a fragrance. And it's obvious that this fragrance, it's in the luxurious high-end category. And this one comes only in 50 milliliters and 100 milliliter concentration. And what I liked about this, besides mentioning the fact that I'm in love with purple, okay, so, but that wasn't the decisive aspect of purchasing this fragrance. I'm in love with this kind of purple colors, but that's something to put aside. Now, this fragrance for me, as sniffing it or smelling it for the first time, it's again a dark balsamic incense with enough sweetness and boozy element. The boozy element coming obviously from the rum from the opening, and you have some vanilla here, some smoothness and sexiness at the same time. And what I would say in general about both of these as conclusion, let's say after a first impression, after smelling both of them for the first time, it's that they, you know, they are fragrances, or they are fragrances that symbolize instant confidence. And with these fragrances, you can boost your confidence instantly. They are both very deep, very sexy. The black version, I would see it easily worn by men as well, because it's so dark, so deep. Whereas this, because it tends to be more floral, so I would say it's more for women. And overall, I don't regret buying these ones. I have also a dupe from Tom Ford, Tobacco Vanille. Well, that one, again, it's superb. It's from a dupe house that comes up all the time with very, very close clones to the originals. And that's how I'm testing fragrances usually, when I'm not sure whether I want to buy the full bottle or not. And, you know, that dupe basically, as much as I hate tobacco scents, actually opened up my nose, I would say. And it kind of like took me to the road of enjoying Tom Ford fragrances and giving me the courage to, you know, move on and not stick to the just sweet floral girly fragrances, but move on to something more, because obviously the fragrance world, it's full of fragrance gems, and we have to explore more and grow with our nose palettes as well. And for now, I hope you enjoyed this review, first impressions when it comes to these fragrances. And I will do also individual reviews as time allows after testing them, of course, because I don't want to give you reviews based upon first impressions. And I will give you more, you know, suggestions once I start wearing them and see how I get along with them. Till next time, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do so. Click on the notification bell and let me know your thoughts, your comments. If you own any of these fragrances, of course, I would really, really, really be curious to see how do you get along with these fragrances, when you like to wear them. And obviously, if these fragrances are not liked by you, I would really like to know why, because obviously fragrances being so personal to each one of us, so individual, then obviously we will have different preferences and different dislikes. So keep that in mind and let me know your thoughts. And till next time, doodles!